Hello, how's everybody doing? Got a great week here, fun week. It's, obviously a great opponent, deep into the preparation of it here, but excited for a great opportunity to go and compete on Sunday. If you like football, this is the place you want to be. So, go ahead.
Preparing for them, given your background, Brendan, what makes this most fun in terms of trying to figure out what they might do and what you guys can sort of present to them?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of good challenges. They're a good football team. They're well coached. They present a lot of issues for you in all three phases of the game. But that's kind of, you enjoy that challenge, as a coach, as a competitor. I certainly do. It's why you do it, to me.
I know Andy sort of mentioned this yesterday, and even Steve earlier, back then, just said, it's always great to sort of exchange ideas, get some insight from you. Is there any chance, because of last year and because these two teams played twice a year ago, that you've even given some tips for the offense, say the offensive line, just because you know some of their personnel and what they like to do in terms of schemes, formations, matchups?
Yeah, it's interesting. That's what's so unique about this game. Things change so much year to year. And there is some familiarity with their personnel, but there's a lot of changes there too. And to be honest, my focus has been on the offense, their offense, New England's offense, and the issues that they present, which are numerous. Obviously, Josh McDaniels does a phenomenal job, and Dante Scarnecchia, the offensive line coach, those guys are I've got a tremendous amount of respect for, but their personnel there has changed even. So I've been digging in on that and trying to understand how they're trying to play, what they may or may not do. They do a great job of changing week to week, and that's really where my focus has been.
How much has Spags, you mentioned that he's been kind of picking your brain, more particularly this week, but how much is he and just the other defensive coaches kind of approached you about this game?
We've had conversations, but I wouldn't say they're any different than what they are week to week, I certainly don't have all the answers. My time there wasn't necessarily spent with the offensive side of the ball. So, and they've changed quite a bit over the course of each year and each week even. That's one of the unique challenges that they present to you. What you saw last week may not be what you're going to get this week or 2 weeks ago. And so you've got to kind of navigate that and make, the best decisions you can in terms of what you're going to prepare for and how you prepare and what the priorities are. You prepare for all of it, but certain things you've got to, spend more time on than others based on what you think is going to be the keys to winning the game.
I know that the object is to treat every week the same, but anything differently, even if it's just emotionally about facing another team?
Not really. I haven't gone there. My focus has been on the preparation and what needs to be done and dealing with our team and our situation and trying to get my group best ready to go and win a game against a really good football team. You try to put the emotions out of it. I don't know, walking in the stadium there, I'm sure there'll be some memories that flood back and things of that nature, but honestly, when the game kicks off, I think all that's probably going to be on the side and you're focused on winning the game.
I know this is very, obviously, really hypothetical, but if a defensive coordinator role would have come up in New England, do you think that you might have stayed with them?
You know what, to use your word, it's a hypothetical, and I try not to deal in those. My thought process in all areas of things is deal with the task at hand and what the situation is, and not deal in the hypotheticals. I think you can go down a rabbit's hole of bad stuff when you get into that world.
With probably one of the new wrinkles since we last saw you, Brendan, is having Chris Jones move both outside and inside. Just what has allowed you guys to see that and do that more, and how much of an advantage can that be as the season goes along?
We'll see, but he's done a really nice job for us and been a couple of things that have required that. His skill set lends itself to that. I give him a lot of credit in terms of his ability to understand multiple positions and mentally be able to handle that multiple role situation. It's helped us create some mismatches. It's helped us when we've had some depth or injury issues that we've had to deal with. And so, it's a nice, I guess, luxury, if you will. It creates some depth for us. I think week to week, situations as they, change and move, whether we, how much of that, how little of that remains to be seen.
As a
Last one.
follow-up on that, just kind of, you're talking about rotating your defensive lineman with Coach Spagnuolo. How much of that is a matchup, and how much of it is just you had your 5 snaps or your 10 or however much you want to get the rotation? How are you able to mix and match that when you're trying to, make sure everybody's fresh?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into that, to be honest. The length of the drive, the number of plays we've played in the game. We've had a number of situations where guys are coming back off of being out for a couple of weeks where, their conditioning and their game conditioning may not necessarily be where it needs to be based on the circumstances they've been dealing with. So the objective, and the nice thing is we got a handful of guys, a good group of guys that I have no problem putting in the game. They're capable, they know what they're doing, they're able to function at a high level, and a handful of guys with some position flexibility. And so that's allowed us to do that, and hopefully keep guys fresh for late in the game. If it comes down to a 2-minute situation and you got to go and rush 8-10 snaps in a row, which can be extremely taxing, we're able to do that.